now, won a few Copelands along the journey. And he's an important player going into the final series because he does have that ability to run all day. And he's now just starting to push to the right positions and use his fitness capacity to great advantage. And even more importantly, he does have the ability to stray a kick every now and again, but he's kicked very accurately in this last quarter.
Collingwood at 0.3% in front of St Kilda now as they lead by nearly 10 goals. Harris got a hand pass out to Harvey. Harvey with a hand pass towards Brady Rawlings. It's set up for a long time. He got accosted, lost it. Harris works hard at ground level again for the Roos. Spins out of a tackle, cuts inside, takes them on. Handballs to Brent Harvey, who won't stop trying. Delivers a pass to Nathan Thompson. Shane Wakeman in the way. Taps it down, but straight to Archer for the Roos. Curls around the body, and Thompson will mark. An angle 40 out to the punt road end. Earlier today, Sydney. Big win, 21-10, 136 to 6-8-44 Carlton. Goods kick 4. Had nearly 30 possessions, putting him again in contention for votes, you'd think, and maybe a chance to win his second Brownlow. We're right behind the Thompson kick. It's fading back beautifully, but not quite enough. Through for a behind. Guy Richards involved in that. That's been another big plus for Collingwood, getting better Richards, with his team leading by plenty. 58 points, 21 gone, final quarter.
Still plenty of time for Collingwood to build on this lead. The kick ends marked. The hand pass comes up to Ben Johnson. Past half back he goes. Kicks to, I thought Didak, but the ball's chopped off by Tarrant before it reaches Didak, centre wing. He kicks down the line and the mark's taken by Lockyer. Lockyer inside the 50. Good mark, Rusling. Had a half a step on his opponent, Petrie, and Rusling has marked 40 metres out.
Had 4 or 5 leaders there, Drew. He had things to choose from and made it difficult for the defence when everyone's going different angles, and Rusling just ran straight down the middle and leads beautifully, that boy.
Still looking for his first goal of the day. He's kicked just 2 behinds. Pies have kicked 18-15. Rusling kicks from 47. He's missed again. 3 misses for the kid from South Australia. Crowd posted 49,040 at the MCG for the Kangaroos' last game of the season, and the Pies tuning up for the finals. It's Collingwood 18-16 to Kangaroos 9-11.
Back into play for Rito, the target, Big McIntosh. He outmarks Richards. 2 young ruckmen going at it. Runs away. And then another hand pass to Petrie. They've decided a hand pass first all day, the Roos. Nearly run down Petrie. Kicks to Sainsbury. 3rd test mark. He's dropped for the quarter. Quick hand pass to McConnell. He kicks inside 50. Big Sav working his way to the front. Can't mark it. Has about 5 minutes left to try and kick 2 goals for 750. Pack forming at his feet. Then he piles in. There'll be a bounce, 35 out.
He's a shocker, that James Clement. What about the sense of occasion? Give Rocca 1 before he gets out of the way, wouldn't you? You'd give him 1, wouldn't you?
Outstanding player, James Clement.
Speaking of someone, give him... I think Holland just copped one.
Bounce tapped down by Richards. Missed by Maxwell. Ball is jarred free. Loney is there, tries to paddle to the boundary. Harvey, hand pass Sainsbury. Tap to Harvey, back to Sainsbury. Working in a tight situation. Wells squares it up nicely to Rawlings outside the goal square. 20 out at the punt road end. Good vision by the Roos. They're under pressure in that forward pocket on the Great Southern Stand side.
Spot on, Dan. That was the word vision. Great vision, good execution.
So Brady Rawlings might be a candidate for their best and fairest this year, the Roos. Won it 2 years ago. As Big Richards will have a rest and Fraser will come on. In the dying stages here. All eyes on Collingwood's percentage. The Roos a chance to eat into that slightly here. And Brady Rawlings kicks a goal. 10-11-71 the Kangaroos to 18-16 124. An update from Adam at Docklands.
20 and a half minutes gone in this last quarter, and it is Hawthorn 26-126, Geelong 10-10-70, so the margin 56 points. And for some reason they've taken Mark Williams off, and he's not happy either.
But great vision from Wells, and we continue to say it. He just continues to tease us as a player. If he can get his fitness up next year and concentration, he can really take the opposition on, and he's a vital player for this Kangaroos outfit. But unfortunately, they just don't get enough from him. Whenever they do, Drew, they get right back into games most often than not.
Sounds like the rifleman might aim his next shot at the coach's box. Cross town. Burns gets his hand pass out to Holland. His kick out wide. Lockyer at full tilt takes the mark. 70 from goal. 24 and a half minutes gone in the last quarter. Short pass to Lacuria. I reckon he's doubled his possessions in this last quarter and kicked 3 goals. Kick by Lacuria to Didak at centre half forward. He marks. 48 out.
Why is he on his own? Right in the middle of the ground, inside 50. With his man zoning off.
Captain Nathan Buckley coming to the bench for the last few minutes of the game, replaced by Egan. And Alan Didak will be lining up for goal. He kicked 1 in the third quarter.
25 possessions true for Lacuria, 9 of those in the final quarter.
It's been huge. Here comes Didak, 50 metres out. And left-footers seem to be able to kick it a mile. But he's off target with this one and missing to the left-hand side. Didak 1-1 for the day. And Collingwood are 18 goals. Is it up yet? 18-17 to the Kangaroos 10-11.
Kick out to Lee Brown, not a good occasion for his 150th. Rolls towards Sandbury. He's had a dirty day, but he keeps it in. He's sure lost his footing. Hand pass to Rawlings, MCC member side. On the left, Big McIntosh is in front, can't mark. Spills to the back, guess who? James Clement on the hand pass is no good for Reece Shaw. Chipping in Sav, kick your foot, Sav. On the right, Reece Shaw does well to hang on to him, and the kick goes out of bounds on the full as James Clement makes a rare error. 18-17, 125 Collingwood. Kangaroos 10-11, 71.
And the Pies building for more. Swan has it at halfback. The hand pass to Egan, who just replaced Buckley. Egan walks it up towards the 50. Kicks to Anthony on the lead. Can't take the mark. Crumbs to Harris of the Kangaroos. Gets his hand pass away. Through Ferrito it goes. Dashing down the ground is Petrie. Long kick to Rocca at full forward. He can't take the mark again. I don't think he's going to get to the 750. Comes to Fraser. His hand pass is no good. Dropped off by Sainsbury, but the whistle is gone, and Josh Fraser will get a free kick for the Pies on defensive 50. We've hit nearly the 27-minute mark, 125-71.
And on the end of it is Didak has a bounce around the Great Southern Stand side. Unselfish footy. Holland runs into space. You're right, Jared. It was a great kick, and he marks on an angle 35 out. Magpie supporters would be happy at the moment. Are you happy all day? Are they in good form for the finals? Give us a call after the game. 1300 222 774. 1300 222 774.
Who is on Didak? Last 3 times he got the footy, no one's been within 40 metres of him. Not a player you leave by himself. He's far too damaging.
To make it certain that they'll finish 5th and play next Saturday night in an elimination final here at the G, Brodie Holland kicks a goal, 13th goal scorer today. He's kicked 13 for the season, and his team march in, get ready for the Bulldogs next week. 19-17, 131. Kangaroos, well, they get ready for a break and then pre-season training. 10-11, 71 at the 28-minute mark.
This last quarter has been 9 goals to 3.
Well, they definitely got to 5th spot, haven't they? There's no doubt there, and they will play the Bulldogs next week.
Yes. Jared and Stan will have all that in the last word after 5, where the finals will be, when they'll be, and who they'll be between.
Still time left. You don't often get 10 goals in a quarter, but Collingwood might do it here. Fraser wins the hit out in the middle. The next touch is vital. It comes back to Fraser. He works it to O'Brien. They've regained their hunger. Out to Johnson. Up to Swan. Swan's kick on the lead is Tarrant, who takes the mark about 40 metres from goal.
That's been really good news for Collingwood. Tarrant today, Jared.
Oh, he's been fantastic. Just the way that he's been able to move. And if had they used the ball more effectively in the first 3 quarters, he probably would have been even more dangerous than he has been. So the other positive is they've really got going in the last quarter. They've obviously sensed that it wasn't the style of game they wanted to play.
Chris Tarrant's kicked 2 goals today. Lining up for number 3. Off the left. He's done it. That's 10 goals for the quarter for the Pies. They kicked 10 in the first 3 quarters, and in the last term, they've added 10 goals for.
They look like a side now, Drew. They actually starting to look very, very good, and they are moving the ball. And this is what happens to the Kangas. As soon as you apply pressure to them with quick pace and movement of the ball, they fall apart. And the Pies have worked it out. It took them a while. They snapped into it about halfway through the third quarter when they were challenged. And since then, they have just dominated in every area. Through the middle of the ground, up forward, their forwards are starting to reap the benefit of their midfield, winning the ball and moving it quickly. And Tarrant has probably been their best.
And the scoreboard is just showing the ladder, the updated ladder, the live ladder as they call it, with Collingwood ahead of St Kilda. Listen to the Pies fans.
They're a percent in front. It reminds us of that famous day, round 22, 1987. Lee Brown marks at half-back as Collingwood goes forward. Handballs to Sinclair. Kicks long inside 50. Shane Wakeland's been pretty solid again today. Couldn't take the mark. May have received an illegal front-on tackle. Umpire didn't see it that way. McConnell, Corey Jones stumbling and bumming all over the place with a funny little hand pass. Ben Johnson through traffic, squeezes to O'Brien, who fists it down. No one there though for Collingwood on the end of it. McConnell, handballs to Hale around the outer side towards Sansbury. He didn't really want it hard enough then. Sansbury hasn't had a good day at all and held up in a tackle. There'll be a bounce. 50 out. Adam at Docklands.
A great goal from Shane Crawford, his third. Hawthorn now 21-7, 133. Geelong 10-11-71. The margin 62 points, and we've got just on a minute and a half remaining.
Well, it is 10 goals. What does the future hold for Mark Thompson? Incredible. O'Brien. Free kick for Collingwood from the stoppage. Hand pass to Burns. Inside 50. The courier can't mark. Gibson good courage to go back. Watts there. Here's Egan storming in. Can he knock over the top? Brilliant to Rusling. Oh, he's tackled late. Got a 1 metre kick. Roos with numbers. Gibson under pressure. Handballs to Sinclair. Feeds a hand pass wide to the outer side, and they're out of trouble for the time being.
Oh, gee, young Egan was magnificent there. And here's a kick by Petrie from near the boundary line. Out of bounds on the full. It'll be taken at about the 50-metre line, and Dane Swan has it. More coming up for the Pies. Is there time left? Might be about a minute left. They've kicked 10 this quarter. Swan with his ankles in the gutter at the City Road end of the ground. Oh, just hooked it. Oh, and came up short and missed to the left-hand side for a behind. So there'll be a Kangaroos kick into play. It's 138-71, Collingwood in front.
In the back pocket. McConnell. Wide to Lee Brown. And he's just inside the boundary around that Great Southern stand side. Far from where our old commentary box was as he squares it up now. And young McConnell, who's been a positive in the last few matches from the West Coast Eagles. He decides to flare it towards Ferrito, who takes them on. Handballs over the top to Gibson. Had the hand pass intercepted by Didak. Didak defensive hand pass to Rocca. To Egan. Is there enough time for one more? MCC member side. Egan with urgency. Bangs long to full forward. Mark is taken in the forward pocket on an angle by Dane Swan.
Say thank you very much, Alan Didak.
Yep. Brilliant.
Good attack on the ball. Good attack on the man.
Well, he arrived at about half-time. Didn't play in the first half, did he, Didak?
He was
good.
Yeah. He was good. Very good.
We're right behind this. Siren. Can Swan add to their percentage? He can, but only with a minus score as it just swings away. Finishing through for a behind. Collingwood through to the elimination final. 2019-139. Kangaroos 10-11-71. Their supporters will sing this song with gusto.
Side by side they stick together to uphold the Magpies' name. See the barricades are shouting as all barricades should. For the premiership's a cakewalk for the good old Collingwood.
Big last quarter, 10 goals for the Pies. Kangaroos within 4 points at the 20-minute mark of the term, and then Collingwood have kicked 13 of the last 16 as all the players come up to Sav Rocca and say congratulations on a wonderful career, finishing with 748 goals. He kicked 3 today, with the Magpies outstanding in the final quarter, 2013 139 to 10-11-71, and they get ready for their first finals match in 3 seasons.
Good old Collingwood forever. They know how to play the game. Side by side they stick together to uphold the Magpies' name. See the barricades are shouting as all barricades should. For the premiership's a cakewalk for the good old Collingwood.
And there's to be a little bit of nice touch through down in the middle with the host broadcaster Channel 9 to interview the two brothers together as Sav Rocca ends a wonderful career. A number of ex-teammates playing for Collingwood today have congratulated him, but it's been Collingwood's day as they've absolutely smashed the Roos. 2019 139 to 10-11-71, and there's going to be a guard of honour. Collingwood and the Kangaroos players will allow Big Sav to walk off to a guard of honour after a wonderful career with both teams, which is a magnificent way to win.
Well, isn't this great? It happened to Jade Rawlings last week down in Launceston when he happened to play his last game against his former club. And it's happened today for Saverio Rocca, whose stats at the end, 257 games, 12th on the all-time goal kickers list, 3 goals straight today for 748. A magnificent effort for a bloke who was a shot putter and a discus thrower and took up football, and now he's going to have a crack at the NFL in America.
Yeah, good on him. Yeah, it's been a wonderful career. A lot of people probably, Jared, haven't given him enough credit, have they? Would that be fair to say?
He's been an outstanding player, and it brought a lot of joy to a lot of people watching the footy over his career, and some of the games he played, especially on Anzac Day, where he just took the game apart. He's a great fella and enjoyment to watch.
In that drawn one in 95, he kicked 9 that day, didn't he?
It was sensational.
9 goals in that drawn game.
Some people would say his stats are better than his brothers.
You could make that argument for sure.
Absolutely. Much better than his brothers.
Yes.
They're still being interviewed by Jason McCartney.
There's some bloke, it's a tackle in the middle.
Yeah, some guy's made his way out in the ground to try and spoil the occasion.
And he's got his clothes on. What's he doing?
And the security guards have arrived.
Sav has his 2 young kids, and he's got one in his arms, and he's walking with his young son alongside him, and he's about to go through a guard of honour. Kangaroos on one side, Pies players and officials on the other side, and to a man, they're all applauding Saverio Rocca.
Tremendous moment. Huge applause.
No one's left the ground, Dan. Not one person with 50,000 here today have left the ground at all.
It's great, isn't it, Mark? It's what it's all about, isn't it? And now the players make their way off. Wonderful moment for a tremendous servant of the game. Sav Rocca has left an AFL ground as a player for the final time of the tape. He has as much success, or even as half the success that he's had as an AFL footballer. It'll still be a very successful career for him in the NFL. Final scores here: Collingwood 2019 139 to 10-11-71. We have to get to the goal kickers in a minute. We'll get down to the Collingwood rooms. But quickly, a final score from Adam White from Docklands, and then a summary a little bit later. Adam?
Okay, well, as we speak here, guys, John Barker is doing a lap of honour with the entire Hawthorn team, and it's been a very good day for Hawthorn. The Hawks winning comfortably here by 61 points in the end. Hawthorn 21-7, 133. Geelong 10-12-72, so the margin 61 points. When Mark Thompson left the ground, guys, he had no one around him. He was a good 50 to 60 metres ahead of any of his assistant coaches. He cut a pretty lonely figure as he left the ground. I'll quickly go through the goal kickers. Mark Williams kicked 8 for Hawthorn, 8 goals straight, incredibly. Shane Crawford kicked 3, 2 each to Roughhead, Sewell and Franklin, and singles to Guerra, Dixon, Barker and McGlynn. So John Barker kicking a goal with his final kick in AFL footy. And for the Cats, it was 2 to Chapman, 2 to Enright, and singles to Steve Johnson, Nathan Ablett, Gary Ablett, Matthew Scarlett and Brent Primswell. So the final score: Hawthorn 21-7, 133, Geelong 10-12-72, 61 points, and John Barker now being chaired off the ground. There must be about 150 support staff of Hawthorn, including the president wearing the brown and gold suit, as we see John Barker leave the field now. So we'll come back a little bit later with the summary.
Good on you, Adam. So 2 wonderful servants of the game bow out today. John Barker at Hawthorn, Sav Rocca, Kangaroos, who started his career at Collingwood, and a big win today for the Magpies, who found a bit of confidence, Jeremy Malloy and Mark McClure, in the last quarter to prepare themselves for the final against the Dogs next week.
Yeah, they did. They ran away with it in the last term and played the style of football that they needed to, and I think they'll enjoy singing their song.
Let's get down to Damien Fleming, almost ready for that, and they'll sing it with plenty of gusto, I would have thought, after a tremendous performance. 2019 139 to 10-11-71. Three one-sided matches today. Geelong thrashed by 10 goals by Hawthorn, and Sydney have beaten Carlton by 92 points. Here we go, down to the Collingwood rooms.
Side by side we stick together to a more than hey, the American is shouting as the American shout. All the traditions together to the good.
And we'll get down to Damien Fleming for some interviews shortly.